Canada, the land of maple leaves, politeness and so-called progressive values, is now euthanizing children. Not in the shadows, not in the chaos of war, but in modern hospitals with government approval, under the banner of progress. These aren't isolated incidents. This is institutionalized, sanitized with careful language, marketed as mercy, and behind it all, the fingerprints of the global elites, those who believe they have the right to decide who lives and who dies. But the horror doesn't end there. Most of these children are not terminally ill. They're not beyond hope. They're vaccine injured. They're deeply traumatized from sexual abuse. They're suffering. And instead of help, they're sent to their deaths. And the abusers, the ones who broke these children in the first place, still free, still protected. In some cases, even empowered. While those who try to expose them are the ones under threat. This is not compassion, this is pure evil. And in just a moment, we're going to reveal what they never wanted you to see. And it changes every three, projecting a dystopian vision of the year 2022. In it, society has collapsed, resources are depleted, and the government quietly feeds the population human remains. The most peaceful experience one can hope for? State-assisted suicide. Sound familiar? While Hollywood claimed it was fiction, Soylent Green now looks more like predictive programming. Because today in our reality, state-assisted suicide is no longer a dystopian concept. It's official policy in so-called progressive democracies. But here's the twist they didn't see coming. The reality turned out to be even worse than the movie. The writers of Soylent Green never imagined that Western governments, infiltrated by the cabal, would turn their sights on children. Not only that, but they do it out in the open, with legal authority, with bureaucratic approval, without even bothering to seek the consent of parents. Let's be blunt, Canada is euthanizing children, healthy normal kids, vaccine-injured kids, and those who feel they're a burden on their families. Those who experience traumatic events in their childhood.
Believe it or not, Dutch doctors euthanizing children for being autistic or having other learning issues, intelligence issues. Canada just signed up for the same.
This is not just some slippery slope, it's a vertical drop. Since the World Economic Forum linked cabal installed Mark Carney and rolled out their vision for a so-called Fourth Industrial Revolution, what some now call the Fourth Reich, Canada has normalized medical assisted in dying, or MAID. It's not compassionate care, it's population control. If you know your history, this should chill you to your core. Before the death camps and gas chambers, Nazi Germany started small, quietly euthanizing the elderly, the disabled and the mentally ill, under the guise of mercy. Canada is following the same dark playbook, step by calculated step. This didn't happen overnight. The groundwork's been laid for years, just as Tucker Carlson warned on Fox News before his show was abruptly taken off the air for speaking too much truth to a mainstream audience. Tucker tried to sound the alarm. He called out the agenda, and now everything he warned us about is unfolding in real time.
Doctors killing kids without telling their parents because the kids are depressed?
Let's see if I have the laundry list right, Tucker, at this point. We've got kids now, or what they call mature minors. We've got the homeless, we talked about that last time, the poor, the disabled, those with chronic pain. And then right before coming on, I researched the physicians group in Quebec that wants to kill newborn infants. That's what's coming next. The Toronto Star, Tucker, a very liberal paper in Canada, called this Hunger Games social Darwinism. This is what happens, Tucker, when autonomy just goes nuts.
I mean, you hate to, I really try never to invoke the Nazis because, for many reasons. But they are famous for doing this exact thing. Use doctors to murder the weakest in your society. And I thought that doctors kind of agreed after the Second World War not to do things like this.
Yeah, you would think. And I'm the same way. I think we should be very, very hesitant to use those arguments. But at a certain point, Tucker, if the shoe fits, Canada has to wear it. Now, the question is, can we stop this from coming to the United States? It hasn't got here yet.
Fast forward a few years and the cabal is no longer lurking in the shadows. They've been emboldened because no one stopped them. Now, it's all out in the open. They're coming for the children unapologetically. They are openly, aggressively trying to convince them to pull the plug on their own lives. The messaging could not be more blatant. Turn on children's TV, scroll through YouTube Kids. What you'll find isn't harmless entertainment, it's psychological warfare. Subtle suggestions wrapped in pastel colours, animations laced with despair, and songs that normalise self-harm and glorify giving up.
It's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away. It's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away. They'll put you in an urn or they'll put you in a grave. Either way, for certain gonna happen someday. Some say it's wrong and they'll tell you just to pray, but it's okay to pass away. It's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away. It's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away. If your family is struggling, juggling the bills, really feel the burden of the doctors and your pills, call us up today and you know we're gonna say that it's okay to pass away.
Did you catch that? Children are being encouraged to feel guilty about being a burden on their families. They're being encouraged to make phone calls without the knowledge of their parents, to speak to adults who'll tell them that passing away will make everything better for their family. This isn't accidental. It's psychological programming, deliberate and methodical, designed to wear children down, designed to push them over the edge.
It's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away. It's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away. If you're sick of taking medicine, you're never getting better, and you're losing hair and weight and looking like a little skeleton, if things don't improve, and if you're approved, take a little shot and then the pain is removed. It's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away. Everybody say it's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away. It's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away. It's okay to pass away today. It's okay to pass away.
We can't afford to sit silently while the cabal murder our children in the name of progress. We the people must raise holy hell. And yes, that includes the Trump administration, America First leaders, and anybody else with a spine. Because once a society starts killing its own children, the mask is off. This is not compassion, it's calculated, industrial-scale evil.
They are getting several requests for suicide from children, who they refer to as mature minors. And they are seeking to amend the laws so that these children can be euthanized without their parents' consent. There are posts on social media that suggest this might be true, which shouldn't surprise anyone. The quality of life for Canadians is at an all-time low, and the motive for helping Canadians kill themselves is allegedly to save the government money.
They have saved $90 million. So, I mean, that's like 4 missiles flying to Ukraine. The government has
There is a war being waged against our children, a silent, coordinated assault led by unelected power brokers operating behind closed doors. These global elites have made no secrets of their ambitions: to dominate humanity, to seize the powers of life and death, and rule as gods over a world they reshape in their own image. Canada is the canary in the coal mine. Lawmakers are currently debating when parents should be able to abort their young child up to the age of 1, because they didn't get around to doing it before they were born. Or because raising a child is inconvenient. Because the price of diapers was too high. That's where this path leads. Death by bureaucracy, justified by emotional impulse.
The Quebec College of Physicians recently recommended to the Special Joint Committee of Medical Assistance in Dying that it would be appropriate to expand access to MAID to infants up to the age of 1 who are born with severe or grave syndromes.
Bear this in mind. When they talk about infants with severe and grave syndromes, what they're really doing is creating cover. Remember, they're killing minors due to vaccine injuries, depression, or the unbearable weight of isolation and loneliness. Where does it end?
This recommendation is not only unethical, but it also flies in the face of the work that we are trying to do here today. So I'd like to take this opportunity to move the following motion, that the committee report to the House that it is of the opinion that it rejects the Quebec College of Physicians' assertion on October 7th, 2022, that the expansion of medical assistance in dying made is appropriate for infants up to the age of 1 who are born with severe and grave syndromes.
But according to Canadian doctors in the grip of the cabal, infanticide is okay. Killing children is the future.
Infanticide is the killing of an infant soon after birth. This month, Louis Roy of the Quebec College of Physicians actually recommended legalizing infanticide. In a committee at the House of Commons, he suggested killing infants if they're suffering. Here's the clip.
For babies from 0 to 1 years of age who are born with severe deformations, very grave and severe syndromes, medical syndromes, whose life expectancy and level of suffering are such that it would make sense to ensure that they do not suffer.
This is literally a case of a so-called doctor trying to justify the murder of children. Disability is no justification for killing children. There is never a justification for killing children. I can't believe I have to say this. Killing children is always wrong.
All of this is happening while children face attacks on multiple fronts. The elite's war on the young isn't just physical, it's psychological, spiritual, and cultural. At the heart of it lies a deeply disturbing agenda, the normalization of paedophilia. Under the direction of the Davos elite, WF-infiltrated governments have been quietly relaxing laws and conditioning society to erode moral boundaries. Their goal? To shift society towards total acceptance of what should be universally condemned. Here's the chilling truth. In places like Canada, those who expose paedophiles are more likely to be prosecuted than the predators themselves. The system no longer protects the innocent, it shields the abusers. And it does so under the banner of progress. Take this recent case in British Columbia. A mother sounded the alarm after a man wearing a wig tried to peek under the stall where her young daughter was changing at a local swimming pool. Instead of removing the man, pool staff warned the mother that she could face arrest for confronting him. The man insisted he had a human right to be in the women's changing room. When police arrived, they took his side. What the public wasn't told, but was later confirmed, is that the man is a convicted paedophile. Let that sink in. A convicted sex offender in a wig claims a gender identity, and the law protects him while threatening the mother who dared to defend her child. This is not an isolated incident. It's part of a larger pattern, a system-wide inversion of justice that begins at the very top. Former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, still revered by corporate media, stands accused of child sexual abuse dating back to his time as a schoolteacher. Accusations buried under layers of silence and PR spin before he launched his political career. And now his successor, Mark Carney, handpicked by the global elite, brings his own troubling associations. Carney has documented ties to Ghislaine Maxwell, the convicted child trafficker currently serving a 20-year prison sentence in the US for her role in procuring minors for abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and his VIP friends. With leaders like these, is it any wonder that Canada now has government-funded gay bars publicly embracing so-called MAPs, minor attracted persons? At Evolution Wonder Lounge in Edmonton, Alberta, the doors are now open to adults who show up with underage children, part of a new inclusivity initiative. This isn't a fringe operation either. Evolution is a member of the Alberta 2S LGBTQI+ Chamber of Commerce, which receives direct funding from the Canadian government. Let that settle in for a moment. The same government now bankrolling drag queen story hours in public libraries is also funding gay bars that openly welcome grown men and children together under the guise of diversity and inclusion. This is no longer about tolerance, it's about control, indoctrination, and increasingly, normalization of the unthinkable. What kind of society kills its wounded children and protects the predators who hurt them? We've reached the point where silence is complicity. If we don't speak up now, if we don't push back, there won't be anything left to protect. The line has been crossed. It's time to draw our own. These are critical times, and here at The People's Voice, we're determined to hold the elite to account before it's too late. Join us in our mission to wake up the